everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my February favourites. So this is just a mixture of products, TV shows, a bit of everything that I've been loving throughout February. I have done a favourites video the past few months, so I will link those down below in the description, so definitely check those out if you're interested as well. So without further ado, let's get into what I've been loving in February. So my first favourite for February is this Colourpop Level Up Lengthening Mascara. This is a black mascara and it looks like this on the brush. I am actually wearing this mascara today, and I started actually reaching for this one this month because my Act Natural mascara finally ran out, and I've had this one for a little while but I've only used it a handful of times. But I have to say I absolutely love it. It has made my lashes look so long, and this is literally just one coat of mascara. This kind of pointed triangular brush actually coats all of your lashes so evenly, even the like little tiny lashes in the inner corner. I use it on my bottom lashes as well, and it's not clumpy, doesn't flake off, and definitely adds a lot of length but also like some volume as well to my lashes. So the next thing I've been loving in February is this Nivea Soft hand cream. So I am never or very rarely without hand cream in my bag. Even I use it on, you know, if I've got a bit of dry skin on my arms or my legs or something. This Nivea one is gorgeous. It has quite a subtle fragrance which I like. I don't like a heavily perfumed hand cream, and it does leave my skin feeling so soft. So you can use this on your face, your body and your hands. It's very gentle, very good for sensitive skin like I have. It's got jojoba oil and vitamin E. It's really hydrating. It's got a light formula and it's just really easily absorbed by the skin. It's also quite a good size. It's only 75 ml, so it does really easily fit like in a little handbag or backpack, and it's just easy to take around with you. Next up, I guess kind of loosely falls into the same category. This one is actually new because they were on special, so I have one on the go at the moment, but I thought it would be easier to show the one that's still nicely packaged up. But this is actually just a hand soap. So this is the Australian Botanic Soap Goat's Milk and Raspberry, and you can even smell it through the packaging. It's got a really gorgeous raspberry fragrance to it. It's not overly sweet or sickly, it's just a perfect level, so you're not again left with your hands feeling too like overpoweringly fragranced after you've washed them. The goat's milk in it as well I think really helps to keep my hands nice and soft. I do find sometimes with some hand soaps my hands will obviously be clean, but then they start to feel dry, or I get like dry skin between my fingers, and yeah, that's just not what you want. But this, however, is outstanding. It is a huge block. This soap is available in tons and tons of different fragrances. I thought the raspberry would be, yeah, quite a nice one to go, and I definitely will be picking up this in other fragrances once I've finished this massive block as well, because it is lasting a really long time, as you would expect a block of this size to last. This is actually 200 grams, so yeah, a pretty hefty block of soap. And then next up this month is this big nail vault from Kmart. This is the Holograve Cosmetics nail vault, and as you can see there is a really gorgeous variety of shades in here. So we've got pinks, purples, blues, teals, green. Although I never paint my fingernails on my hands because I just tend to pick it off, and always admit I have been painting my toenails, and I really like how easy this nail polish is to apply. Because it is not like a high-end brand, it is quite a cheap nail polish. I was a bit dubious how easily it was going to apply, whether it was going to dry quickly, whether I'd need to apply like 5 coats to even get it to show up, but it has really surpassed my expectations. I normally just do 2 coats on my toenails. It does dry really quickly, so you haven't got to like wait for ages to apply the second coat, and it honestly lasts for ages. I don't know how long it would last on your fingernails because obviously your hands are more likely to get knocked and it to get chipped and everything, but honestly this lasts for absolutely ages on my toenails. I've used so far this purple one here, this lilac one here, just so far this month, and the lilac is still going strong. I'm thinking I might do the teal shade next because that's really standing out to me as well. But yeah, I'm just really impressed with the quality of this nail polish, and I think sometimes just goes to show that you don't need to spend a fortune on nail polish to have it looking really nice. Next up for February favourites is a clothing item. So I picked up this Star Wars t-shirt, again from Kmart. It was only $12. It is also 100% cotton, which is fantastic, and it is in this kind of oversized fit. What really drew it to me is I'm not, like, I have seen the Star Wars films, but I wouldn't say I'm like an avid lover of Star Wars. I don't, you know everything inside out, but what I liked was that the Star Wars text was in this baby pink print. That's what initially stood out to me. I thought it contrasted really nicely against the black, and yeah, it's just all like printed on. It's got this quite distressed look, which I really like, and the t-shirt itself is a really good fit. I've had t-shirts from Kmart before, I think maybe just one or two, and they've always been 100% cotton. They've always washed really well, they haven't shrunk, the colours haven't faded, and again, they're really good quality, especially for the price. This one is no exception to that. I really like it. The material is super soft where it's cotton, and although it's black, you still feel cool wearing it because it is 100% cotton. And yeah, I just saw it in there, loved it, and I have worn it. I can't even count how many times I've worn this t-shirt this month. So next up, I thought I would talk about a couple of TV shows that I've been enjoying this month. I don't normally have a lot of time to watch a lot of TV, but these two particular shows I have been really enjoying. So the first thing is on ABC, and you can also watch it online on ABC iView. It's called Better Date Than Never. If you've ever seen like The Undateables or Love on the Spectrum, it's kind of like that. It's people with, I don't know, there's some people with autism, there's a girl with Down syndrome, a girl with really severe social anxiety, and it's just following them going on their first dates. It is in Australia. I think most of the people are from Brisbane or Sydney, but it's just like a really wholesome show. I feel like Undateables got a bit, I don't know, like I felt like people were being taken advantage of, or like taking the mick out of them a bit, but this show I've been really enjoying, and I've been getting really invested actually in all of the people's like dating stories and how their experiences are going. So yeah, that's something quite light-hearted I've been enjoying this month. And then the other thing I've been really enjoying this month is probably on the like total opposite end of the spectrum. It's Black Snow. It's on Stan, which you can get here in Australia. It's like a paid subscription service, and it's like a crime mystery type thing. Basically, 25 years previous, a girl lost her life. 25 years later, there's a school reunion. They're reopening a time capsule that all of the students put together, and it basically like reopens the investigation to find out what happened to her, because they've never caught the perpetrator or found out who did it. And kind of everyone's under suspicion. There's so far been a few twists and turns, and yeah, it's been really good to watch. So I don't want to give too much away, I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you're into your kind of crime thriller mystery type shows, like hard-hitting drama, then that definitely would be one for you. So I always do a couple of foodie bits as well that I've been enjoying in the month, and February is no exception. So the first thing actually is these mint hot chocolates. So first of all, they're 99% fat free. They're apparently only 59 calories, but I can tell you that for sure they do not taste like 59 calories. They taste so indulgent, so chocolatey. The mint flavour really comes through, and I think mint and chocolate is one of my favourite combinations. So I did have high expectations for these hot chocolates, and they definitely have come through. These were on special for $3.50. They are normally $7, but you do get 10 sachets, and if you compare that to having a hot chocolate out, it obviously is way cheaper. It does come out like quite nice and frothy. It yeah, it just tastes really rich and indulgent. They do have a couple of other flavours that I think I might try. So a white hot chocolate that I feel like Tim would really like. They have a classic, and they do also have a dark chocolate one, which I think is going to be what I try next. But if, like me, you are a fan of mint and chocolate, and sometimes in the evening you want a hot chocolate rather than like a coffee or something, then yeah, I can highly recommend them. And then the second foodie thing for February, we have finished, but I have managed to remember to save the packaging. So it is these Freddo chocolate biscuits. So they look like a Freddo bar, but obviously they're biscuit, and then they're covered with Cadbury's chocolate on the back. I just can't explain how delicious they are. The biscuit itself is kind of crunchy. It's not like a soft or buttery biscuit. And then you've of course got the Cadbury's chocolate, and you can't really go wrong with Cadbury's. I will say a little tip though, I would recommend storing them in the fridge because the chocolate does melt and then they kind of all end up sticking together. And I think the biscuit as well tastes nicer out of the fridge. These have definitely been a hit this month, and the perfect size if you just want a little sweet treat after you've had your dinner. So again, next up in February, I've been absolutely loving this Summer Bliss Reed diffuser. So it looks like this, so just very generic and simple look. And this one has got a tropical fragrance of mango and citrus with hints of coconut. Picked this up from Woolworths, I believe. Very inexpensive. We have had this brand Zen Zone before we had a vanilla one, and that I equally loved. Lasts up to 6 weeks, and for the price, definitely don't have any complaints about that. It smells so gorgeous. It's so easy to just move around. Sometimes I pop it in the bathroom, like move it around the room. And you do notice, even when you just pop out for a few hours and pop back in, you can get that really nice hint of the tropical fragrances. I love Reed diffusers. I much prefer having them around than just spraying like an air freshener, because the scent just doesn't linger. You get that initial nice kind of blast of whatever fragrance you sprayed around, but with a Reed diffuser, I like that long lasting fragrance. And yeah, this one was a really good price. If I remember, I'll pop it up on screen how much it cost, but yeah, really like it, and definitely will be purchasing again once it's finished. So there's just one last favourite up for February. I do try to include books as well. Whenever I get through them, I don't always have a lot of time to read, but this month my book of choice has been Rabbit Proof Fence. So I actually went about this the wrong way. I watched the film on Netflix first and then took the book out from the library. It is quite short, and I must admit I haven't quite got to the end just yet, but I am really enjoying it. But if you don't know what Rabbit Proof Fence is, it's basically these 3 girls were taken from their family up in Jigalong in like northern Western Australia, and they were taken to a mission down near Perth. So it was like 1,500 miles or something ridiculous that they were taken, and basically the crux of the story is that they return home on foot and they walk the whole way, these 3 teenage and under girls. It's a true story, and I just think it's absolutely incredible, just the resilience of these children. They managed to survive in some really harsh conditions. You know, they managed to still eat and drink and walk all that way while trying to evade being captured by those who want to take them back to Perth. I just think is, yeah, if you haven't read it or you haven't seen the film, definitely do it. It's so incredible, it's emotional, it's just, yeah, fantastic. Obviously the underlying story is, you know, is very sad, but it's part of history, and I think it's something that we all need to be aware of. And yeah, I just think it's incredible. The feat of these girls is just absolutely admirable. So that's all of the things I have been loving throughout February. A mix of everything as usual, a mixture of things I bought this month and things I already own, which is something I also always try to do, because you don't always need to be buying new things to find favourites. As I said, I have done favourites for the past few months, so if you're interested in those, I will leave them in the description below and probably pop some up on the end cards as well. But I'd love to know if there's anything you've really been loving recently, any products, TV shows, food, recipes, anything at all. I'd love to know, so definitely let me know in the comments below. But as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give the video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.